Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about IDOR vulnerability. First of all, what is IDOR, some example around it, as well as we will try to understand it with the help of diagram, and we will check the test cases on the few reports which are available online. So let's get started. Hey guys, first of all, we have to understand what is IDOR. The full form of the IDOR is Insecure Direct Object Reference. From the full form, you might not understand what we are trying to highlight here. So let's go to the definition. So the Insecure Direct Object Reference are a type of vulnerability that occur when an application expose direct access to the objects. Just listen carefully. Expose direct access to the object. Object is nothing like that, not class object, other object. Object can be anything like dashboard, cart, any other resources. These are the example of objects such as database, record, files or resources using user supplied input. So agar you just have to try to understand that with the help of user supplied input, if they are giving access to the object which we not supposed to access, then their IDOR exists over there. So here it's saying without proper authentication, this can allow the attacker to bypass the application access control mechanism and gain unauthorized access to the sensitive data and functionality. So this is the basic definition of that. So let's see some example around it, and then we will go to the diagram. Consider this is a link. So the site is www.example.com and view record. Consider I am going there, and for me it show the ID 67890. So I go to view record and this ID is specific to me, so it show me. I did my proper authentication as well as another authorization, everything I have, and then I went to this link and it show me. Consider if I change it to 91, from 90 to 91 or 92 or 89, and another record pop up in front of me which doesn't belongs to me. Consider that it belongs to someone else, and it pop up and showed to me. Then it's a IDOR vulnerability over there, because just by changing this last digit or this parameter value of ID, I'm able to access someone else's record. So this is the IDOR there. Second example, consider there is a web application that allow the upload and download of file. Take the example of Google Drive. So my Google Drive is specific to me, your Google Drive is specific to you, and consider I upload a file over there, and then I got this URL for my file. So whenever I visit the file, this URL is there into the URL part field of the browser. If I change it to something else like 1232 something and some different name, consider that photo.jpg, and someone else photo pop up in front of me, then this IDOR exists over there, because drive is only specific to me, your drive is only specific to you, your objects in the drive are specific to you. So you have to understand that if by changing the single parameter I am able to access those files, then the IDOR vulnerability exists over there. So let's go to the diagram and understand it better. Okay, so we are on diagram. So let's consider this girl is better. I didn't remember the three power curve girl. What was the name of this girl? So consider this is a girl with yellow hair. She want to go and purchase something from the online site. So she like, let's do some shopping today. So she went to the web application, the e-commerce website, and then she login over there. After login, the dashboard will open. The simply like every dashboard, Myntra's dashboard, Amazon's dashboard, same dashboard open over there. She searched for few items and then added those items into the cart. She, instead of directly going and buying, she added those items into the cart, and when she click on her cart, is something like https amazon.com user cart and something ID related to the cart. So this cart was specific to this girl only, so there was some ID associated with it. So consider this is the normal scenario. Consider there is an attacker who also go to this website and understand, okay, cart have some unique value, and he tried to manipulate it. So let's consider this is our Bugs Bunny, and you all know that how mischief this guy is. What he did, he simply went to this amazon.com and then added his item into the cart, and then he identified that okay, cart contains some value. This value will be different from this value because this value is specific to this girl, but this value is specific to the Bugs Bunny. Okay, so Bugs Bunny understand that a cart have a unique value, so he decided to let's fuzz it. Fuzz means simply trying random stuff over here. by manipulating the last piece of code like this. Instead of y, he will try to put something 1 2 3 4 other stuff, so just to get a unique card number which is actually exist into the system. So he keep on trying something. He tried like y, 404 not found. So the thing that fuzz is just about brute forcing this parameter. Here we can also brute force other parameter. So consider for fuzzing you, the best tool you can use is fuzz, as well as brute force can also burp suit can also do the same for you. So you find that 404 not found for this value. So he keep on fuzzing, but later on he found this value, that this value actually exists, and this is idor. When he put this value, he was able to see the cart of this gun, this Powerpuff Girl. So able to see the cart without any authentication. So this is the IDOR vulnerability that exists into the system. I hope you understand. I will share the PDF if you request into the comment section. This PDF as well as the PDF that I made it for this IDOR. So let's go and understand the few test cases. So what I mean by test cases here, that I collected these test cases from the Medium and as well as other hacker reports. So let's go and understand how we can exploit this IDOR vulnerability in different scenarios, because theoretically it's fine, but when you go to the web application, you will find that okay, the things are totally different here. So let's understand how things are different at different places. So let's get back to our slides. So we are back on our slides. So let's try to understand the test cases where you can find the IDOR vulnerability. Consider that you have a reset password functionality, which every application have if they have a login system. So there's a reset password functionality. So first of all, you need to create two accounts. One of them will be attacker's account, another them will be victim's account, and from the attacker's account raise a forget password request. So you have to understand that you have two accounts, and now you are raising a forget password request from the attacker's account. So it will send a mail to you on the attacker's email. So this mail you will easily able to see that the password link. So check the mail and look into the password reset link, how the password reset link look like. If the link look like this, contain email ID inside it. So just take the example of this, that this is your website where you want to go for reset password, and it just the reset link look like this: www.target.com, email, attacker@gmail.com, token, and this. So try to copy the reset password link, and in between when the attacker@gmail.com, they just paste this victim@gmail.com inside it, and then try to do the forget password functionality. Go to this link and try to check if you are able to actually reset the password of victim@gmail.com. If you are able to do so, then the IDOR vulnerability exists over there, as well as you can link this IDOR to account takeover, because we actually did the account takeover. So it will go to P1 because the victim is not involved here. What I mean by victim, there is no click or nothing, no action is required from the victim. So this IDOR leads to the account takeover. So consider that if the reset password link doesn't contain the email address of attacker@gmail.com. Okay, it doesn't contain this thing. So what it will happen, like consider if you go to the link and doesn't contain an email, go follow the link, go and follow that link, and when the reset password page will open in front of you, just put your new password, and then at that time, before clicking this submit new password, just intercept request, and you will find that the victim Gmail address will be there. And there might be chances when the victim Gmail address won't be there, and it will be a secure reset password functionality. But if you find a victim@gmail.com link, not victim, attacker@gmail.com link over there, just change it to victim@gmail.com, and then you will be able to change the password, and then try to log in with the victim@gmail.com as a username, and then the password that you provided. Then it is a IDOR leads to account takeover. So it will go to the P1, and you will get a good bounty. So the second thing that we are going to discuss today is user comments. Because the IDOR can exist anywhere. IDOR don't have any specific scope. It can exist anywhere. If from the reset password to email and commenting and posting something, everywhere IDOR exists. So let's go. So consider there is a website where user can make post, like and share, like, comment and share. Okay. So but there is one limitation, that a user Ankit, consider Ankit is making a post. Another user Sachin is commenting on the post. Ankit made the post and Sachin is commenting on that post, and he want to mention any user in the comment. So Sachin want to mention anyone on the comment part of the Ankit post. but the limitation is that he can only mention the user or mention the author of the post. That's the limitation the web application provide, that if I'm making a post and you want to comment, then you can only add me as @Akash. No, you cannot tag any another user in your comment because the post belongs to me. That's the limitation that this website provide. So what happened, what the person do who made this article? So let me tell you, user one created the post. Okay, user one go and create the post. Now the user two comment on the post, and user two can only mention author of the post, which is user one. Okay, because user one created that post and user two is the one who is just commenting, but as per the limitation of web application, only it can tag the user one. So the captured the comment, he just captured that comment, and comment is please check @user one, because the web application is allowing to only tag the user one because user one created the post. Request in burp and JSON data was parsing like this. So please check @username, mention user ID, random 9-digit, key, user one name, and message ID. So this message ID is generated on the fly. On the fly means when he is commenting, this automatically generate. So this one we don't need. This is just generated by the web application for this comment. Second thing is that he please check @user one. We take user one here, and another thing is UID. UID is random 9 digits. We don't know what is UID. Another thing is key. User one name. What is the user one name to whom we are tagging? So three things that we are here is user one. We can also change it easily because it's our comment. Two more thing is this random 9-digit and user one. These two things we don't know. So let's check. So to get the UID, this UID of the user, we just need to visit the profile, and on the profile picture and do inspect element. So just by visiting the profile and by doing the inspect element, how you can do the inspect element is just like consider it's a YouTube. I'll simply go and right click, and there is a word for inspect. There, by going there, you can do this inspect element. So let's back to our presentation. So now consider we have user 3, because the limitation was user 2 who is commenting can only tag user 1 on their post, so we created a user 3 also. So now consider we have user 3, and so in the JSON data, change user 1 name to user 3 rename. Here user 1 name to user 3 name, in the both value, and replace the UID of the user 1 to user 3. So we are able to find the UID of the user 3 with the help of this step 1, and then finally we are able to mention the third user. The exist over there, although it's not a security vulnerability that we are able to actually mention someone else, but as well as it's against the functionality of the website, then you can provide it is a business logic error by intercepting the request and performing the IDOR over there. So let's move toward our third element. So our third functionality that we are going to discuss today is this joining group. So consider that there is a website that there is a functionality to create and join group. So simply like WhatsApp, take the example of WhatsApp, you go and create groups, and as well as you can provide a link to join that group. So consider there is a web application same like that create group and provide a 6-digit code. So consider that user one go and create a group. So user one went and create a group, and after creating a group, he got a 6-digit code unique for that group, which he can share and within whom he want to join. So consider that I'm creating a group, I get a 6-digit code, and I share with my friends that okay friends, you can come here, you can use this code to join my group. So consider that let's take a user 2, go and click join group button. The website asks for the group code, he enter this code and he is in. Simple as that. So let's consider that I created a group and I have the 6-digit code. If I just keep on changing that 6-digit code, will I enter in someone else's group? So let's perform the IDOR. Here consider that a user to again hit the joining group link and paste some random code and intercept the request, and then brute forces. Just brute forces is like keep on guessing the random 6-digit group code, and then after some time he find that he was able to join any other group just by brute forcing that he can enter any group, and some of this group can be sensitive also. So I'd see first functionality was reset password functionality, second thing was user command, and third thing was this joining group. So IDOR exists everywhere. That's the functionality of the IDOR. That's the beauty of the IDOR, that it can be present anywhere. Consider that I'm going to upload this video to the YouTube. So if there may be a parameter that won't be checking my authentication, then I might be able to upload it to somewhere else. This won't access because YouTube are really secure. But consider that there's a functionality that, but is just, you have to understand IDOR can exist anywhere. So let's move to our next thing, is just viewing profile. So after logging, visit your profile. Okay, if the request contains some parameter which is unique to you, such as UID, ID, profile number, SID, extra, try to manipulate that number and try to brute force it. Simple. You went to your profile and then you find that yeah, some ID is there in the header, or as well as somewhere into the parameter, somewhere into the URL. So if you find these things, just try to brute force them, and consider that some of the UID ID is encoded form. So figure out a way that type of encoding is happening onto the ID. Okay, it's specific, something different here. So consider that you went to your profile and you identified that okay, some unique ID is there which is specific to me, and it can be something like ABC C5 hyphen CDF TD, something encoded. Then you are able to identify that encoding. There are multiple tools out there that simply go and put the encoded string, and then they will give you this type. This is the encoding, and this is the real value under encoding. What was the plain text? So what you have to do here to brute force, first you have to understand what is a plain text. Then you keep on changing that plain text, then encode it, and then brute force. This is the thing which is mentioned over here. So consider that the ID is 44, but in request it shows as XXXS hyphen XXXS after encoding normal flow. So what you have to do, the instead of 44 now you want 45. So you do change it to 45, and then you encode it again and then fetch it to the web application. Then go for 46, encode it again, then fetch it to the web application. This is how you brute force when encoding is there. So for encoding, you need to understand what type of encoding the web application is performing. Then you have to change your code layout according to that, and then you can perform this brute forcing attack over there and then exploit the IDOR. So the fifth thing is, if you cannot view, try to change it. Simple. So try to understand that when I was trying to find this IDOR vulnerability, like if I want to view another user's profile, if I cannot view, let's try to change it. Consider that I want to go to my dashboard and there's a parameter which is specific to me. When I tried to brute force this parameter, I was not able to access someone else's profile. So I went to this reset password functionality, or updation of name, or any other parameter. So there I just tried to change the parameter ID, and then I was able to perform the name change of the someone else. So simply mean by of this fifth point is that if you are not able to do it in a one way, try to think of a different way, because there are multiple applications that they are like create, read, update, delete. If you cannot view something, just try to change it. If you cannot change something, try to delete it. But if you go for deletion, just try to create that the victim account is also belongs to you. So let's go to the sixth point. Sixth point is a unique article. It's talk about the second order IDOR attacks. So I want you to go and read this article. It's a little bit of complex, and more understanding will be required for this one. So please go and check this article. I will provide the link into the description. So the next point that we are going to discuss is this use authorize. So I'm not going to discuss this in this video, otherwise the video will get too long, and we need a separate a little bit of 5, 6, 10 minutes on understanding the authorize burp extension of the burp suite, as well as the auto repeater extension of the burp suite. So these we will discuss in the next video. And this is the last point is which is most important, because it's going to be a theoretical point, which is brute force your thoughts. What I mean by brute forcing of your thought is just to understand that the IDOR can exist anywhere. And take the example of web application where e-commerce website is there. So in the e-commerce website, where can the IDOR exist? While adding a product, the IDOR can exist. There might be a chances where few product won't be listened. Try to brute force the ID of the product. Third thing is that consider that try to access someone else's cart. Fourth thing is that try to access someone else, like Amazon have Amazon Pay functionality, and it have wallet also. Try to access someone else's wallet. Access if you are not able to access or view it, try to change it. Right, if you are unable to change it, try to delete it. If you are unable to delete it, try to update it. So multiple possibilities are there. You can also go for reset password functionality. You can also go for adding a comment or review to some product. That thing, these many thoughts can be think around the IDOR vulnerability, and you can brute force those parameters. You can also check for the what are the different things are required for performing the IDOR. What is the sequence of the request which is actually existing for performing this IDOR. So think about in that term and try to exploit the IDOR. IDOR is more of a theoretical vulnerability as we think of it a practical vulnerability. Till then, I want you to please keep sharing this video with your friends and keep hunting bounties, and don't forget to share your screenshot if you win something. Bye bye.